What's up, guys? I'm Malachi. I'm not going to waste no time today. We're going to get straight into what I've learned in the past 3 months of wholesaling. All right. So I'm still in high school. I started wholesaling while I was in the middle of my basketball season and attending classes because I'm a senior in high school and also working at Little Caesars at the same time. So here's what I've learned and what I think is most valuable in starting, especially when you don't have a ton of time. I don't have all day to be on the phone looking at softwares, pulling up lists, looking at Zillow, you know what I mean? So here's what I've learned. All right, I'm gonna break it into 3 pieces. So first thing I've learned is consistency is key. It doesn't matter how much time you spend every day. It just matters that you do it every single day. If you are setting a goal for yourself every single day and you are hitting those goals every single day, you're gonna go a lot farther than if you work really, really hard one day, skip the next couple of days, work really hard again, work kind of hard the next day. If you just stay consistent with something, it doesn't matter how hard. It does matter how hard you work, but consistency is key. All right, so you gotta set a plan and stick to that plan every single day, Monday through Saturday or whatever. I mean, I prefer to take Sunday off because it's a day of rest, Sabbath day. But yeah, so we'll put number one is consistency. Number two is hitting your numbers. You need to be making goals of how many numbers you're gonna hit. The numbers for everybody can be different. If you have paid lists that are not as high quality, sometimes you have to hit high numbers like 300, 400, 500 calls a day, sometimes more. Especially if you have a triple line dollar or something like that, you could be hitting 800 calls a day, something like that. I haven't gotten that far yet. Right now, I'm doing kind of higher. I don't know. I don't know if you can even say higher quality lists. I'm doing for sale by owners and pre foreclosures, and so the numbers I'm hitting are closer to 20, which isn't good. I really need to upgrade my numbers, but whenever I'm consistent with my numbers and when I got deals coming in, like very nicely. So for pre foreclosures right now, I'm trying to send 20 text messages a day, and that's totally manual too. I'm finding the pre foreclosures and I'm skip tracing them, calling, texting, see if it's a blue message, because if it's blue, I know it's going to be delivered. And then green ones, pretty risky. It's like a 1 in 3, 1 in 4 that it gets delivered. So, but put number two as hitting your numbers, and number three, the last thing that I would say, which is the most important, is know what you're doing. Know how to talk to people. Be educated about what you're doing. If you're talking to a seller, you need to be educated about why a house is going to sell for what it's going to sell for, or why you need to get it at this price, or why you bring value to the person. Like why should they sell the house to you instead of going to list with a realtor or selling it to another investor who's offered them the same price? Why should they sell it to you? So what I have seen that helps me the most is I give them options. I try to talk to them as much as I can, build rapport, not just to build rapport, but to build genuine connections with them. See if there's ways that we could really help them, and sometimes there are ways you could really help them. Like on my first deal, where I closed it, I I offered her a creative finance deal, and I think it was actually a great creative finance deal. So I was genuinely trying to help her get some good cash flow with a nice down payment. She would have got it was a Section 8 property. She would have got 8K down, which is pretty good for a Section 8, and then she would have been receiving $500 to $600 a month. I can't remember exactly what, but for that would have been for 8 years maybe, or maybe six. Yeah, between 6 to 8 years, she would have been receiving that. Anyways, so that was a good cash flow. I was really trying to help her, but then she ended up not being able to do that, and I ended up pitching a cash offer, and she wanted me to go really low, but I didn't end up going much lower. I ended up taking it at 40K, or she wanted me to go high. I didn't end up going any higher. I told her 40 was the max I could do. We ended up signing the contract at 40, and I signed it for 41.5. And so that was because I was really trying to help her, and I was really connecting, and I was hitting my numbers at that point too. I think that day I actually was on the phone for 4 hours, and that's the most I had ever been on the phone at that point. So anyways, those are the top three things that I think are the most important for wholesaling and getting your numbers. You need to get your numbers in check. You need to know what you're talking about, and shoot, what was the last thing? I'm tripping. Hold on. Sorry. It's three things. The three things. You need to get your numbers. You need to hit your numbers daily. You need to be consistent and need to know what you're talking about. That was the three things I just talked about. I don't know how I'm forgetting, but there's the three things. You do those three things and you're guaranteed to get a deal. And also don't give up either. Like the first couple weeks, first month, first maybe even 2 months, it can seem really, really hard. But the upside is wealth, like crazy wealth, unimaginable wealth, especially if you come from family or you come from a place where there's not a lot of money around you. This changes your brain. Like you're gonna get that first deal and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I can really change the life of everybody around me. Like it's really crazy. You're gonna realize, and then you're gonna start meeting people that have already done that, because a lot of people in these who are starting their own business or who are in real estate, they are changing the lives of everybody around them. So do not give up and stay consistent and follow those three rules, and you're gonna be all right. Everything's gonna come to you. Just stay consistent and don't give up and keep your head up and keep trying, man. But yeah, that's what I got for y'all today. Subscribe. Let me know if you got any questions or anything else you'd like to hear. And yep, y'all have a good one. See ya.